It's not pattern related, but you'll notice I had white fabric on top of red that I had appliqué. I lined that either with 2 layers of fusible webbing or a layer of the lightest non-woven interfacing I can find, and then your fusible webbing for machine applique, because again, I didn't want that red to shadow through, and I could cut it away, but then you still have a seam allowance showing. So I always line the white on top, and that's in the book. This one is another variation of one of them in the book called Childhood Games, and this is version 2 of Childhood Games. And I just love all the feather work, but because it's the white rose, you're not seeing a lot of definition. You probably can't see the feather work from afar. If I really wanted that to show, I would have had it gone to a video off patio. You can from the back. Karen quoted this, and Karen partnered on both of those, I think. See how the red fabric, you can still see shadowing through even with the opaque, and so that's why I went with white rose. Now when I see the quilts, because I've been working for this show that the quilts are traveling with, so every once in a while I catch up with them, and when I'm attending that show, and you can see the crease line in the middle. It's been in the suitcase since I got back on Saturday, and so that bothers me. The question was that if you fold the bias away, does that eliminate the fold? No, you're still going to have wrinkles. They're still squished inside of a suitcase. And I cram as many suitcases up, as many quilts as I can, up to 50 pounds because I'm flying. So my suitcase is pretty packed, and so that you're still going to get wrinkles. And actually, when you're folding on the bias, they are not recommending you do that anymore at the museum. The museum does not believe in that because the most stretchy part of a fabric is the bias, and it can stretch the fibers out, and you can't get it back. Yeah. So it's better to keep on green. Yeah?
I'd like to talk to you about the red fabric. Are you concerned at all about moving?
Great question. If I was doing a red and white class, I highly recommend you pre-wash all your fabric. And it's the case of do what I say, not what I did. I work full-time. I have a little small business. I'm acquisition coordinator. I spend time with my family, and I was writing a book. Who had time to pre-wash hundreds of yards of red fabric? Not me. And so I just cut and went to town when I got the fabric. And I heavily starched all. Originally, I had to send in 40 blocks. And because I didn't want the edges of the blocks to fray and hand load and shipping and that type of thing, I highly starched them. I mean, they were sopping wet when I was ironing them, and it didn't bleed. This is Boda's Christmas Red, your Bella Solids. And I've even washed a couple of the smaller projects that I take out a lot in my teaching engagements, and I've never had a problem. I just throw in a color catcher. But I'm lucky. So I highly recommend you test your fabric and pre-wash it if you feel that it's walking off or that because I had worked so much with it, with the steam iron and everything, I knew this was okay. But they still didn't allow any water in the photography studio for the people taking the pictures. Okay, we have 2 small ones. The little one. That's a hot pad. If you're doing hot pads or something that you're going to have around heat, I recommend cotton in a hot pad because it doesn't allow the heat to transfer through. And this actually has 4 layers of cotton white ropes in there. Yeah, to just make it a hot pad, or in this case, it's a little trivia. And then the little one, again, don't go heavy on your batting if you're doing a small one because you want the edges to hang straight for you. So if you're doing a smaller miniature type quilt, use a thinner pad. Any other questions? I do have books for sale over there. The royalties and proceeds go to the International Quilt Study Center, so you're supporting them. My partnership is I get my name on the book and I will sign it for you if you want. If not, I think we're done.